Shadow. It's Jason. Hope everyone's doing well. I know probably there's a fine chance you're not, and I'm sorry to hear that. But if you are, great. I wanted to start today's video as much for myself as for you with my gong in order to get us on a nice, even, energetic frequency to talk about today's video. So let's go ahead and do that. We've done that. We can continue. Oh my, I dropped it. That would have been not a good sound. So, today's topic, the narrative. I think this is important. Well, let me tell you exactly, I feel it's an important thing to talk about, but my sources, like I've said in the past, that I get messages or transmissions, and if I do not pass them on, then they just cook in my head. It's not good. So they need to come out and they need to be passed on. So just saying that whatever choices I might believe that I have in order to have material for the channel, they don't care. They want me to pass this stuff on as given. So coming at you, the narrative. So I was going to originally title this video False Narratives, but that's not really the point of it. I wanted to make it more topical and sort of stick to a point, because I know that my rambling is no bueno. We know this about me. But I was informed just to give the frickin' info and go ahead. So here we go. The narrative, we all know that, I guess, your version of reality, okay? Like when you're watching this video and whatever's happening around you right now, and whatever happened in your day, and whatever, people you know, all of that. Your reality, your bubble, okay? And we've covered the bubble before. It's in a story format, because as humans, that's just what we do. Everything is a story, because there's no other way to translate it. Unless you're sitting under the fig tree, like the Buddha, who was a noble and could sit under a fig tree all day if he wanted. the you don't have any choice except to do it as a story. I mean, if you think about all the social media, that's stories. If you think of videos like this, story. If you think about what you did today, how you felt about it, the people you interacted with or didn't interact with, your own thoughts, all a story, a narrative. And it may seem to some people that things are bad right now, okay? But really not so much, because even with possible wars and biological issues that everybody is going through that I'm not going to talk about, I really don't want to talk about any of that crap, especially political crap. I'm just not into it. It's divisive and it's a puppet show, and I'm not into it. Okay? I hope that didn't turn any of you off, but I don't think that's what you tune in to me for anyway, so whatever. But as crazy bad or crazy as you may think things are right now, the fact is that none of the things that are going on right now, as far as people's reactions, the global reaction to a thing, the country reaction to a thing, state reaction to a thing, local community, family, you, inner you, reaction to a thing, just was much harder 20 years ago. 20 years ago was about, what, 6 months after 9/11, going into the Iraq War, and it was sort of a lockdown then too. Just nobody called it that because it was more like fear. Nobody went outside because everybody thought a plane was going to crash into their local library or whatever. I remember I went to the I remember the casino near here over the mountain. They had like a person sitting in the parking lot, like keeping an eye out in case a plane should want to fly at the casino, which, doesn't make any sense now, but then it made a lot of sense. Nobody went anywhere because they were afraid. The fear was so strong, and the whole reality was completely different. It was 20 years ago. It seems like a long time. And I guess 20 years is a long time to somebody who's 20 or less than 20. I don't know. But the point of that being that you define your own narrative, whatever it is. And something you realize or do not realize is that every single one of you watching and every one of you not watching, and me included, are all characters in a story. Because, like, for instance, me, if you know me personally, I don't know how well you know me personally. I mean, I don't know how much we've interacted over the years or at all. Or if you don't know me personally, you just know me from videos or posts, social media posts. That is a projection of a story. That's a story. It's a narrative. It's your perception of me and who I am based on your own filter of perception. The same thing with me. All of you are characters in a story to me. Now, I understand everybody's a human and everybody's a person, and entity and they're a sovereign entity. Yes, 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 and yes. But in our 3D perception that we are in as humans, even if you see everybody as a reflection of yourself or a just a facet of the oneness of reality, which is true. Still, you know, people that they have a name, they have a personality, they have pets, they have children, they have significant others, they have jobs, they have whatever. How you met them, or what you did with them once, or I don't know. But all of that is a narrative, a story. So the point of the message that I'm to transmit to you is that you don't have any control over your role to someone else. Even should you change everything up and do everything differently, it's still going to just be a different aspect of the character to that person. And whatever reasons you've done it, even if you explain in a 100-page essay why you made the decision and why you changed away or changed something about yourself, if they even bothered to read it, which probably nobody's going to do that. But if they did, still, they would apply all those things to the character they know you as. And that's it. So, it's even that way with people who live in the house with you or people you've been around your whole life. I mean, you are a person to them through their perception, through their filters. So, the old "and harm none, do what thou wilt." I mean, that's what it is, because you're not going to. You're not going to change their opinion. Only they can change their opinion. What I'm saying to you is, be the author of your narrative. The same way that you see those projections of others and judge them or don't judge them, but observe them and make whatever assumptions or notations about who they are, what they are, why they are, whatever. You do that to yourself on a regular basis. And, maybe, oh, no, not me. Yeah, you do. Because unless you are somehow removed from the human experience and you're just some, pulsating energy ball over there, you're going to have these things. They're all going to be colored and shaded by your perspective, your knowledge, blah, blah, blah. So what's important is that you realize you are the master of your reality. You are the one writing your story. If you're going to be a character in your story, write it the way you want it to be. Don't let anybody else pigeonhole you into being something you're not. Because what's the point? What's the point of that? What's the point of that? Really, what's the point? Well, now these are hypotheticals. If I were to change and start doing this thing I want to do, everybody would react in different ways. Yes, that's absolutely right. It doesn't matter what it is. That's exactly right. Everybody's going to have opinions. How important are those opinions to you? You should really think about that. Because it is your life, by the way. whatever anybody else's opinion, it's your life, by the way. And I understand there are a billion and one mitigating factors to what I just said. Fine. But there's also no mitigating factors, and just go ahead and do it. How can it be that easy? Because it is. Now, I'm not talking about, you can't just like, or maybe you can, say, well, I'm going to be this or I'm going to be that. Because the universe just responds in kind, not to, I'm going to be rich, full of love, peace, and happiness. Well, the universe is like, oh, you're going to be. Well, then you're not now. So, sorry about you. And it doesn't have any concept of time, so it's, whenever you're gonna, coulda, woulda, shoulda, is not going to come, because you just have to be it now. Be it now. It's not a ramble. It's not a tangent. It's all the same stuff. It's just, like I touched on in the last one about building yourself up in your own image. We don't have this like just endless amount of time to do these things. I'm not trying to put any pressure on anybody. A lot of people don't like pressure, and that's fine, I guess, except you're just going to wait yourself right out of existence. But and I understand it's hard. It's hard for me. I'm not no superhero. Just look at all this amazing shit I'm doing, and why aren't you? It's not like that. If you see it that way or see it any 1,000 ways, those are your versions of my character and your story. That ain't me. I'm over here being me. Why don't you be you? I hope you don't take this as like confrontational. It's just the energy that comes through me when I need to talk to people is extreme. Just because there's no sound or no physical reaction, the energetic reaction moving through me when I transmit what I have to transmit is a lot. And it wears me out. That's why I'm trying to at least stick to the Monday release. I can't stick to a time because more than likely, with my job coming up, I would have to pre-record them. And I never do that because it's just, it just doesn't seem legit then. I could probably make one of these a day and store them up, but when I have to transmit them, it's also a timing issue, not necessarily just for me, but whoever it is that's supposed to hear the video at whatever time needs to actually hear it, means I have to put it out. And I can't always wait for convenience sakes and forget about some kind of schedule that is going to benefit me, because the, whatever you want to call them, the higher ups or whatever they are, just they're not interested. They're like, hey, you wanted to be our tool, then you're going to be our tool, okay? And yeah, I signed up for that because I know who I am across multiple dimensions, and I know pretty heavy aspects that are important. Um, that's going to be another video called "Don't Tell All Your Secrets," because I'm not going to. Um, but yeah, it's just hold on a second. Let me help myself out here a little bit. It's just really important that you don't get so attached to stories, because before you know it, you'll find that you believe the story that you're being given, you believe the character that you have been presented with, but did you create that character? If you didn't, you need to check that and check yourself or you wreck yourself. I'm not going to go off on it anymore. It's just important. But the short version of "Don't Tell All Your Secrets" is don't tell all your secrets, because some parts of yourself that are the most powerful don't need to be said. They can be transmitted through whatever medium, but like where I get my information, and it's not the Pleiades. I'll tell you that because that's what I was going off of before. But it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant because I'm, again, to you, a person telling you a story as you watch this story unfold on your preferred device, and then you go back to your life, which is your story. So just go ahead and pick up a little quill and start to do some writing of your own life. No judgment, not saying you're not already doing it. I know plenty of types be like, the nerve of this guy. See what you just did? You just attached a thing to me based on you, and my character has changed to you. I'm still the same person. Gonna keep being the same person. I love all of you. I'm up 75 subscribers. Whoop whoop, getting there. 25 more, and I can get that custom URL. How exciting is that? But that's it. We're going to see you next time. I'm going to have some more info for you. So just keep doing them till, my time is up, which I don't have any control of or know when that is. So maybe I'll be doing this a long time. That'd be nice, huh? Take it easy.